Hi my friend, happy Friday. It's Pat Sloan here with my daily video. So let's start off with the socialite. It was shifted from last week. So I talked all about the block last week called Honor. So here it is again, and now you'll be able to download it and make it. It's a pretty fun one. It'll go pretty quick for you. So if you are behind on your other socialite blocks, today would be a good day to catch up because it's an easy block. Mine are in the 9-inch size, then there's a 6-inch and the 3-inch. So let's take a look. I got mine out and put them on the design wall. Let me move my chair out of the way. So there they are up on the wall. I'll go over here. Can I move the chair? There we go. So these are all the ones that we've done so far, plus today's. So let me just stick that one down there. So this is the layout that I'm doing. So here's the layout, close up. So what I did is I didn't put them in position. Oh, it's upside down. I can see that the sewing machine was upside down and the tulip. Okay, so it has the center section, which is what I'm showing you on the wall here, and then you'll have the four corners and then some kind of a setting. This is slightly adjusted to the one the Fat Quarter Shop will give you. It's basically the same, but I'll give you a little, my little adjustment for it. So I'm thinking of using this navy from the Morrison Park for the setting to get that nice, strong color around that. Or I might use the red one, so the red version of that, which would, really give it a nice setting. Blue or red, blue or red. Can't decide. So I'm using all the colors from Morrison Park, all the fabrics, and I just love how it's turning out. I'm sure that the 3-inch versions of these blocks are so darn cute, and I just could not imagine doing the 3-inch ones. And I know some of you are, and you are rock stars, just rock stars for doing that. Oh my goodness. But the 6-inch would be super cute. So the next time we get an option, I'm definitely going to go for this 6-inch. But this started when my wrists were broken and there was just no way I could even comprehend doing anything small. So, and I had to get help with these anyways. So there you go. All right, let's talk about UFOs first, because we are winding down the second half of February. Have you loved being able to focus on UFOs? Hoping that you did, hoping that you took my little mini challenge for the second half of the month to go ahead and pick some UFOs and just work on them. And I feel very successful. I think yesterday was the first day that I didn't work on any UFO, or the day before, filming for yesterday. So anyways, I worked on one. So I have the green and purple flowers. Let's see. Yeah, so here's the green and purple flowers, and I started machine quilting them. So let me just hold them up. Ta-da! Let me show you what I did. I'm using the wave stitch, and I'm going top to bottom this way, top to bottom. I'm not going to cross hatch them or anything, just top to bottom. And here's the wave stitch with my note to remind me to change the machine, because the last project I was working on, I would sit down twice. I sat down and didn't change the stitch to the wave stitch and did a whole string of straight stitching that I had to take out. So there you go. Got my note to myself. So I'm very happy to have that started. So what I'm trying to do is actually get that one done by the end of the month, in a couple of days. So I will sit down and just, especially late at night, it's easy to just let that zoom through, and I can either relax and listen to some music or listen to something else. But it just can keep, I can just do this without thinking, which is really what I was looking for. Now the shamrock, luckily we'll go into March, and the first week in March I hopefully will get at least one of the shamrocks done, either the table runner or get this one basted, ready to quilt. I have one set of 2.5-inch squares. I did the white, like the pattern that you get with the mini muffins. Then I added another ring of 2.5-inch squares and another white. And what I'm going to do is another green now, and maybe another white, and then I'll have green binding. So it is, look how cute that is. Ah, it's so cute. And it's going to be perfect in the space in my dining room. So I'm loving that these things are working out. Yes, Yes. If you were over on my group, Quilt Along with Pat Sloan, if you have been watching and reading since Wednesday, the blocks are fabulous and the family stories are even better. It's like there are just some great family stories that, sayings are more like they're sayings. Say it out loud. That's the block is, what funny things that you said. Like somebody had one, and I know this is not exactly how she said it, but apparently that family joke when they were serving a meal, getting a meal out on the table was don't pull an Aunt Martha, which meant, I guess, because Aunt Martha used to forget to put dishes out onto the table when there was a big group. She would always forget one of the dishes, and who hasn't done that? But apparently their Aunt Martha did it often, and so that was their family thing. And just fun stuff like that. Some of you have come from very, very creative households, and I just think that's fabulous that you shared it with me and everybody else. Yay! And if you are over in my group, pretty soon, next day or so, I'll have to make an announcement because we have hit 190,000 plus quilters. 190,000. That is more than the size of some of the towns that you live in. That is our quilting community from all over the world. It is so fabulous. There's a lot of chatter, a lot of sharing lately. It's been it's super active. It's so fun to see what everybody's working on. So thank you for being there. And if you're not there, come and join us. I'd love to have you. We're working for 200,000 over there now. Wouldn't that be fabulous? I have the largest quilt group on Facebook. Maybe the largest quilt group anywhere. I'm not sure, but it's pretty big. Exciting, exciting. Okay, so let's talk Jolly Bars. All right, let me sit down. Jolly Bar 3. Now, I don't have my book yet, so I'm a little bit hindered, but I did find some information because I told everybody, and some of you remembered this, and so been asking for more details. And the reason I hadn't done it yet is because I didn't have the book. But I did find enough to do this. The Sew Along is a sampler that we're going to do. Fat Quarter Shop designed a table runner this time, so we will do the table runner. But a few people, want to do a full quilt from the book, so we'll pick one of the quilts from the book. Now, there are, I'm just going to hold this up, there are this many, there's how many? 20. There's 20 quilts, and half of them use one Jolly Bar, and half of them use 2 Jolly Bars. So I am going to put up this picture with the 20 quilts. And over at my website, you will see that picture of the 20 quilts plus the table contents here with the how many are 1 bar, how many are 2. So I will pick one from the top and one from 1 Jolly Bar and one from 2 Jolly Bars. But you could always sew along on any of them that you like. But I am leaning towards, now the houses are pretty darn cute. Don't you think those houses are cute? But I'm also leaning to one that looks like a chain, which is called the friendship bracelet. So if you see it on here, the friendship bracelet or the little houses. But I'm really leaning towards the friendship bracelet. I think that that's a really neat block. Now on the 2 at a 2 Jolly Bar one, the one that I like is called the Paradox box. I think that's really cool. It just has a really neat effect. But I also like, what is it called here? Let's see, the Flourish. I think that's the one. So it's right next to it. I also like this Flourish. So I don't know if we'll do 1 or 2 Jolly Bar, but I thought I'd give a focus. I obviously am not going to sew 2 full quilts and a table runner at the same time. I'll do 1 quilt and a table runner. I do have 2 Jolly Bars, so I could do one of the 2 Jolly Bar ones. But there are some really easy ones, such as this quilt here, which takes 1 Jolly Bar and is called Recess. That's a really easy one, so that if you want to sew along. Now, Jolly Bar is a 5x10 pre-cut that you buy, a pre-cut bundle that you buy, just like buying a charm pack or a layer cake. It's a Fat Quarter Shop exclusive, so it is half of a layer cake. So if you have a layer cake, you can do one of the 2 Jolly Bar ones, and you can also just make up from your own scraps. You need the book, and the book tells you how much of the extra fabric you need to go with this. So like whichever one I pick, I wanted to get a poll going today, so you get a tally, see what's going on at my blog. Write it down in the comments which you prefer, or you can write here at YouTube, but I prefer you do it over my blog so I can get it all in one place. I don't want to have to go looking all over the place to see what you're saying. Generally what happens is one thing pops up more, but I'll give you the selections, and then in a few days, like next week, like maybe next Tuesday or something, I'll say which one I will do, and then you can always do a different one and so along. All right, options. Be sure you got your calendar downloaded. I also found out one thing is I forgot to put the charity quilt on here, but the second thing is the charity quilt had to be moved a bit. So you will go to the 15th, here, go to the 15th and put down the charity quilt. So the charity quilt blocks come out the 1st and the 15th, which is Serendipity, and we'll start sewing those next month. So that's awesome. My quilt will be auctioned for Make-A-Wish, so I'll talk a little bit more about that. And then the March Hope quilt is a scrappy quilt. There is no supply list that says buy this much fabric, but I'm using a set of fat quarters and I'm going to add to it, and so you can do that as well. It's to bust, it's more to bust off some of your scraps and just to have some fun. A block a day with or without the cornerstones, your option on how you want to handle it. And I'm going to make one of those up for March 1st, of course. I'll have it March 1st. Who knows, I might have one for tomorrow's video to show you. We'll see if I get it done. So thank you, everybody. Thank you for being here. Thank you for sewing Socialites blocks. This has been so much fun. I really enjoy those blocks. Your goal today is to decide which Jolly Bar quilt you would like to sew along with me as we do the sampler, so that you can do both, and those are running in April. So, but you want to get your stuff together. So I love you. Mwah. See you online.